Alrighty, let's see. I know they use Unreal Engine. Weird. Is it just? Uh,
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life. You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and
I've
there is
never met her.
nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
My son, she's an enemy.
I'm afraid I can't do that. You're a gifted warrior, Captain. You've made your talent for combat abundantly clear. For all your talents, you are the enemy of Halcyon, and therefore you are my enemy. You make a nuanced and compelling argument. Here's my rebuttal. No. Dr. Wells is being held in my custody. His cooperation will prove invaluable, even if I have to beat it out of him. All that's left to do is put down this riot, arrest you, and then get on with the bloody business of saving this colony. Fair enough. I'm giving you exactly one chance to parley with me.
Damn it.
Yes, I'm quite aware of your brazen act of corporate vandalism. By the way, those test subjects you killed, they
Shit.
died in agony. My scientists assure me they can recover the data you've destroyed. You've succeeded in temporarily delaying our research. Nothing more. That isn't true. It can't be. You're trying to manipulate me. That experiment was absolutely essential to the program. My scientists assured me they were close to a breakthrough. They gave me their word. Damn you. You are telling the truth. My scientists have been lying to me, and I was stupid enough to trust them at their word. We're going to have to start all over again. All that research, all those experiments. You've set us back decades. You were always an unknown variable. I tried to recruit you, but you threw your lot in with that madman, Phineas Wells. You were too dangerous to leave unsupervised. I had to make use of you. When I sent you to deal with Phineas, I thought I'd won you over. You chose to ally yourself with an irrational madman. I gave you a chance to serve the law, and you sided with anarchy. Why?
Please. Let's see.
Your convictions are admirable. Even if they are, I haven't given up on the program yet. You've caused some complications, but I can improvise. I can fix this. I haven't lost control of the labyrinth yet. Our security system is still operational. This prison is... And don't worry.
Yes? What's... I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the something vexing.
Like this. Oh, shit.
Why won't you? Got him off!
Get me out of here!
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic! You broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man! You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough. I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved... You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I would like nothing more... Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now.
You mean we're all alone out here? Really alone?
I'm afraid so, Miss Holcomb. Halcyon is the only home we have left. Returning to Earth is no longer an option. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own. Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds.
Did it?
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the Board's authority. But the Board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the Board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The Board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny. Sanjar's civil liberties and worker-centric policies were slow to catch on with the other corporations. But as Halcyon began its long, arduous journey toward recovery, many of Terra 2's smaller townships started adopting MSI's alternative corporate structure, and eventually became entirely self-sufficient. In the coming years, many of these townships managed to eke by, where otherwise they might have starved. Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing Board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever. Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life. Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater. Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the Lifetime Employment Program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs.
Mhm.
It was a dark time indeed. Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony.
Mhm.
Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace. Though Parvati eventually grew comfortable aboard the Unreliable, she never quite came out of her shell. She seemed to prefer the company of Ada to the crew, and she could often be found neck-deep in cables and grease, telling Ada funny stories from her childhood. While the colony fell into chaos, she found an island of relative peace with Ada, and they formed an unusual bond. She decided to remain aboard the Unreliable permanently as its chief and sole engineer. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, an MSI subsidiary of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail, or clearing an infestation. Before his untimely death, Captain Alex Hawthorne had plans to restore and modify, for combat purposes, a sanitation and maintenance automechanical that he'd found in a state of disrepair in Emerald Vale's scrapyard. That unit remains broken down and forgotten in the Unreliable supply closet to this day. Minister Clark was released
Anyway.
from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor.
Yeah, we
Once it
checked it
became
out.
clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. Dr. Wells was able to revive many more scientists and engineers than he first expected, thanks to the additional batch of chemicals you stole from the Ministry. Wells never forgot about the human lives that were lost in acquiring these chemicals. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope. Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
Goddamn it. Alright. I can't go anywhere? I don't know.
There is an increased amount of methane in the ship's air scrubbers. You might want to consider changing your clothes more often.
I forget.
Welcome back. How? The unit is a cleaning SAM. Hawthorne brought it on board some cycles ago, I'm sure with the intent to modify it. But Alex likely recorded progress notes detailing his... If you check the terminal in your captain's quarters... See you soon, Captain. Make yourself at home, Captain. You might want to consider changing your clothes more often.
Initiating initialization sequences. Greetings, customer! This SAM unit is unable to locate your registered information. Would you like to register? Registering new owner. SAM units live to clean. Every SAM. Thank you, SAM. All SAM.
Oh, Sam.
We're now docked at Eridanus' luxury landing pad.
Everything bad about Byzantium all in one place, with even less class somehow.
Hello, hello, hello there. Hope your atmospheric entry wasn't too troublesome. As a guest of honor, you deserve the best in comfort. Sublight Salvage and Shipping Underground, or Slug, as we like to call ourselves, is delighted to welcome you to Eridanos. I'm the Grand Colonial Head Bellhop. I'm here to grab your bags and direct you, the Inspector, to the Grand Ballroom, which was the scene of the... I can try. I was the one who found Helen's body in the Grand Ballroom. Corpse wasn't in the best shape. Helen was supposed to host the unveiling for Rizzo's newest product, Spectrum Brown. Until you catch the killer, the unveiling's been indefinitely postponed. Helen's death has been a shock for many. Hell, even Black Hole Birdie, Helen's beau, has wandered off. Some folks think he had something to do with the murder, but yeah.
I still don't understand why anyone would have it in for Ms. Helen.
The fans were very upset by the weak plot contrivances in her latest offering, though that hardly seems a worthy motive.
Folks get heated when it comes to serials and their actors. Not particularly, but I think some folks were jealous. Why, she was a natural. People fell in love with her. She ended up about as famous and high-runged as your average VP, which rubbed a lot of Byzantines the wrong way. Actors ain't supposed to get preferential treatment. Let's see here. Oh, I already spoke briefly about the Spectrum unveiling, or lack thereof. I do. Rizzo's happened to rent out the Grand Colonial Ballroom from Slug for the unveiling. A nice... But the murder... And... you're making fun, right? You're still giving... Well, reckon I can respect... Anyhow, I'll look...
Do you have any idea how many bits I've spent at the Grand Colonial? Is my patronage worth nothing to you?
I'm sure you've spent a lot, sir, but unfortunately we can't make any exceptions.
Greetings, Inspector. No need to check in here. Your paperwork has all been processed. You should be able to find the Colonial right ahead.
Oh my stars. This is the hotel? I only ever seen a place like this in periodicals. Or that one episode of Agent Khan.
Famous as Halcyon Helen could meet a fate like this.
It really isn't.
Never done this.
Ooh.
The murder has inflicted severe emotional trauma on me. I demand a room upgrade.
I'm sorry, ma'am, but while the hotel is... Oh, you're the... Yes. I mean, no. You'll be staying in our luxurious penthouse suite. I'm sure it'll be ready for you by the time you've examined the... Oh, the ballroom...
Why, hello there. Goodness, I always enjoy seeing guests, but it's been so long since I've chatted face to face that I about hopped out of my skin at the sight of you. Excuse me, I should introduce myself, though you might know me already, just not by name. I'm Bellhop Sullivan. You've likely heard my dulcet tones through the elevator. Oh, that's so nice. Now that our introductions are out of the way. Oh yes, Norville's great. Always ready to help any... His judgment sometimes leaves something to be desired, I will say. Kept badgering Halcyon Helen prior to her death about an autograph or something. Unfortunately not. For what it's worth, the murder was a right shame. But I'm sure you've heard the rumor about what actually did her in. That marauders got into the hotel and management has covered... Well, Not necessarily. Slug claims they've got the problem under control. Oh.
I'll bet you 10 bits this is all just some sort of publicity stunt.
I can't believe Helen's gone.
Oh, come on.
We're never going to get a sequel to Terror and Monarch.
Easy.
What the? I was going to wash my hands, I swear.
I did not read about this kind of treatment.
Looking around.
The crimes. Can't believe something like this could happen in my hotel. When I found her, I was just hoping she had a little too much to drink, but all the grievous. Hey, Byzantines and restraint aren't. Anyway, I'm sure I'd taken to checking the barroom every few hours prior to the unveiling, just to make sure no sprats had snuck into the place. Found her right before I was set to head back to my room in the lower levels for my mandated. Tell ya, thank the law for caffeinoid. Been too upset to get a wink of sleep since. Beats all hell out of me. Sure? Of course I did. I just told you I found the... No, of course I didn't. Plus, it's untoward for an employee to speculate about the actions of a hotel guest. Not that I saw... Honestly, you're more than a little right. I've been burning at the britches to share my... Day of her death, I saw Helen leave the hotel premises with the profit of profitability. And didn't see her come back. Seemed especially strange, seeing how... Yep. Gives seminars on increasing profit margins and the like. Can't say much else, seeing how I ain't in the gossip market. Or as I can recall, Helen dismissed the lady's seminars in some kind of interview. Said her co-star used them, but she did. The top rungers are always ready to read between the lines of famous folks and seem to think... Everyone's got theories. I don't reckon mine hold much more weight than it.
Black Hole Bertie's disappeared, you know. The poor...
Oh, thank the law. Inspector, you don't know how relieved I am to see you. Constable Maria Keene. It's good to meet you in person, Inspector.
Dr. Goodnight. Ecstatic to make your various acquaintances and so on. Are we finished with the pleasantries? There's something I'm excited to show you. An extraordinary contraption. You'll love...
Our coroner has developed a device which may prove useful in your investigation. Our office has
instructed her to hand it over to you. Oh, please. You make it sound as if I'm turning over... Behold, my discrepancy amplifier. Hold it in your hands. You're rather sharp in your upper story. The discrepancy amplifier uses a deterministic model of our universe. Then it renders any discrepancies visible by using the power...
That sounds strangely like scientism. Expecting the doctrine of the OSI to have any bearing on reality is... quite an assumption.
Oh, goodness, no. I don't care for OSI doctrine. I just... Go on, then.
I'm contractually prohibited from endorsing off-brand technology, but you'll want to peer into the amplifier.
The discrepancy amplifier is now operational. Greetings, designated inspector and/or unauthorized larcenist. This unit has detected a discrepancy related to Halcyon Helen. Unscheduled expiration of. Begin The discrepancy amplifier has been programmed with advanced speech recognition, scientific analysis, and...
Oh, you'll love this. Amplifier, tell the inspector about...
Please do not interrupt the discrepancy amplifier. The discrepancy amplifier is programmed to take instruction from its registered or...
How curious. I must have said it's impertinent.
This unit's features include an automated personality simulator. This unit has been programmed to simulate joy and This footprint stands out from the normally spotless floor of the grand ballroom. Typically, the ballroom is cleaned twice daily, which means this must have been made by either Helen or her assailant or assailants. Footprint is a tailor-made 8.75, suggesting that its owner was very particular about their shoe size. It is also the exact size that Halcyon Helen typically prefers. There are traces of dirt throughout the footprint. Excellent observation, Inspector. The following compounds have been detected. Purpleberry residue, nitrogen-rich fertilizer, common grass, fertilizer, and purpleberries can all be found in the Purpleberry Orchards, located not far from the Grand Colonio. This deduction of...
Good work, Inspector. I had a feeling you'll need Administrator Ludovico to grant you access to the orchards. Contact him through the secure access terminal in your penthouse. Check in with the concierge. Your room...
This is a bottle of unreleased Rizzo's product. Helen appears to have attempted to use it to spell something as she expired, but all she managed was a sticky bee. This hypothesis is plausible, but requires addition.
Mr. Bertie Holcomb is indeed known to frequent places of leisure.
Correct. Bertie Blackhole Holcomb is a registered guest at the Grand... Accessing guest database. The Grand Colonial Hotel is proud to serve the following VIP. This evidence has been recorded for later...
I knew I should have gotten her autograph when I had...
Welcome. Why is everybody staring? Didn't nobody teach them to respect the dead? Oh,
The Grand Colonial front desk warmly welcomes you, Inspector. It's a pleasure to see you again. How may I be of assistance to you, Inspector? My apologies, Inspector, but that would be a severe violation of guest privacy. We here at the Grand Colonial firmly believe that... All right, my supervisor just walked out of earshot. Some folks just don't understand the importance of gossip. About whom? And what would you wish to know? You know, out of everyone here, I probably knew the least about Helen. I'm not much of an Aetherwave watcher myself. And Helen always had a crowd of admirers chasing her, you see, so she rarely stopped to chat. Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable. Emphasis on seemed. Now that you mention it, she was usually calm and collected, but every so often I'd see her looking all wild-eyed and intense. It seemed as if she was determined about something. Or maybe she was just hungry. That woman ordered a lot of food. Maybe show business gives you a faster metabolism. Ah, Birdie. Is he bigger than he is dumb, or dumber than he is big? I've a bet with a friend. Not sure we'll ever... Birdie used to be Helen's beau, though he isn't anymore, and not just because she's dead. Her deal? Not making them. I'd laugh at my own comment, but everyone knows there's no bigger joke than the profit of profitability. Didn't you hear Helen's interview? That woman is the definition of humbuggery. Anyone who gives her the time of day is a right fool. I mean, Spencer Woolrich has taken several of her productivity seminars, and look where it got him. Don't wait. If looks could kill, he'd have put her in the ground 10 times over. Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to his. See, I'd bet we're the only two people thinking about him in all of Eridanos. And I only am because you meant... If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave the curds out, they begin to get stale, then rot. Woolridge is on his way to the trash bin. And either he's in denial, or he knew Helen... That... A dashing gunslinger type, then. I'm sure the investigation will turn out splendidly in your hands.
You did it.
Or at least Mr. Kincannon seems... Ah, yes. We are most... The last guest... Simply call the elevator in the... It's... Please... If you...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Well, she can do more. Oops.
How may I be...
A town on discrepancy nearby. What does that mean?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. An industrial-grade laxative has been added to the liquor in these bottles.
Finally check. Should you ever need... Oh, of course. I'd let. Sorry, friend, but you look at. Now. I suppose you could call it that, but that don't mean I poked around her room or nothing while she was out. That'd be a huge breach of hotel policy. Besides, knowing Helen's athletic acumen, anyone who tried probably would have been found, beaten senseless, then hurled into the hallway. Probably, that is. It'd probably happen, but it didn't. Notice my battle-hardened physique, have you? Used to be in a mighty mean line of work. Been shot at 35 times. That is, I've been near people who were shot, but to be honest, I never really. When this position came up, I jumped on. You've returned. Now, please.
Hello there, my inordinately. Oh, you're the one who visited me. Hello again. Thanks so much. What authorized? Next up, the finest.
Sam's special in. Spectre add-on includes a magnifying glass to sleuth out the germs and parasites that other cleaning.
Move, dude.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the scene of the crime. Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed. Halcyon Helen was more than a character. She was a brand. I do not. Spacer's choice. Back to the matter at hand. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arena. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the... There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. You have a lead to check.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my... Now, I'd...
There's something else I need to look up, right? Right over there. I'm gonna track her down.
Nature will out, regardless of man's feeble attempts at control.
Great work.
Won't let me go. Say, girl. I guess I'll go over here.
Ugh. This smells worse.
A sudden death knockout court? Surprised the Byzantines fancy this. We played it on a rudimentary court in prison.
Swear to the architect, Matthias, if you've lost your rifle's ionization coil again. Oh, wait, you ain't part of my crew. What do you want? Tightly wound? Tightly wound? Damn right, I'm fine. I'm going to my calm place, where there's peace and quiet, and none of my sprat fucking subordinates can bother me. On behalf of Slug, I'd like to apologize for that outburst, as well as all of my future outbursts. Yes, I'm a little well. Between the landing pad, lockdowns, gate closures, and constant questions from angry guests, I've got a lot on my plate. And if you're serious, I'd appreciate the help. He's been... The missing crew member's Evan O'Connell. He's one of about 2 Slug agents I can trust with more complex tasks than Friendly type. Well behaved, followed orders. Anyone else, I'd think they got drunk and fell asleep in a ditch somewhere, but look, he was last stationed at the Wilderness checkpoint. I'd search the...
Uh-huh. Ah, shit. I forgot to go right here.
We don't toss troublemakers out of airlocks. We just throw them over the edge.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis concludes. The losing player used an overly cautious strategy that led to an insurmountable deficit in points. Slug discipline records show a half-dozen reports of illegal gambling in games of chance on company property. Perhaps there's evidence of an ante for this game?
Are you crazy?
Excuse me. The pool plaza is currently closed to guests. Huh?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis reveals the chemical signature of this compound is 80% semblant of fertilizer used in the Purpleberry orchards. The other 20% is semblant of pool water.
Wait. Oh, shit.
can't believe Miss Helen's gone. Feels like it's going against the laws of nature somehow. I used to watch Helen serials. She'd fall into mortal peril every couple episodes, but she always lived in the... Breathtaking. Eridanos... Yeah. Yeah.
It's not doing that. Oh, 776, shit.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Hey, Crew C. It's Amelia. Evan must have gotten into the Spectrum in these crates. Listen to this.
Come out! Come out to play!
Wow, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off.
19.
I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. The garb on this security guard identifies him as a member of the Rizzo's Corporation. His rank would have... This security guard has experienced premature...
Damn.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Up here. How do I get up there, though?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Think.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with marauders.
Death removes that which we worked so hard to create anew, a shell to protect us from pain. But it is this shell, this self, that is the cause of all our suffering. He is now free.
Give me a beat.
We should try to solve the puzzle.
Uh-huh.
Get anything good for lunch?
Something mighty strange went on earlier.
Can't imagine what it must be like. Living down here like sprats in a wall.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Trouble incoming, Captain.
That's the last of them.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Oh.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Incoming! Our skills are unrivaled.
The compartment.
Inspector, I've detected a structural anomaly within a 0.8-meter radius of this locked door. Very astute, Inspector. Now, this floor panel is 0.3 millimeters.
Here they come. That's the last of them.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Analysis confirms this is Evan O'Connell. Analysis also confirms he is dead. additional study of this body's skeletal structure, the cause of death was head trauma. Further analysis indicates Evan's fatal injuries were sustained from blunt force trauma to the back of the skull, and his head collided with the ground. There are traces of blood on Evan's hands, Inspector. Analysis concludes this blood is human, type A. Medical records indicate Evan O'Connell's blood is type O. Medical records indicate Amelia Stillwell's blood is indeed type A. Great work, Inspector. If you wish to question Amelia Stillwell, Slug's scheduling records indicate that she is presently on duty.
Damn.
You, hear about the murder?
I'm gonna get out of here. Almost done. Oh, shit, I'm tired.
Did you hear? They hired an.
Non-slug personnel aren't permitted on the pilot house. Can I help you with something? Sure. He in trouble or something? You're kidding! Evan's dead? That doesn't... I don't understand. Can I ask what happened? We were supposed to haul some crates, but he was sloshed when I got there. Figured he got into the cargo or something, you know? He wasn't going to be any help, so I figured he could sleep it off in one of the employee rooms under the hotel. Left him on one of the beds in A2. He seemed fine. Why would you think... Well, shit. You really are an inspector, aren't you? I walked Evan to A2, like I said, and then, out of nowhere, he just came at me. One minute he's laughing and yelling about sharing his joy, and the next, he's choking the life out of me. Grin... Dumb luck. I got a good hit in, threw him off, and ran like hell. If I'd known the fall killed him, What do you want to know? Because Evan would never attack anyone. I barely... Guess it shook me up pretty good. Evan's always been a... I can't help you there. Have you been to Purpleberry Orchards, Inspector? Awfully nice. Well... So... Fair enough. I just wish I could understand what... I hope you're able to make more sense of this than I can, Inspector.
It was just there, wasn't it? Dynamite does it.
Maybe I could hold up my end if your people weren't sabotaging my operations.
I don't think I've ever seen an orchard before. You mind if we look around a little?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! It's Rizzo's! Welcome to the Purpleberry Nut Hut, you wonderful, wonderful customer! Thank you for giving my humble existence.
No one can give you value. It is yours intrinsically. You just need notice it.
I sure am! Good lamps you got on you to take notice. Now I'd love to get you something. Maybe a couple? If you... Oh,
Until...
I'm not... Now... We... Which kind? Our alcohol stocks are large.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110% chance with a 10% margin of error that they were left by Ruth Bellamy, the actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Have you found something, Captain?
That's real good work, Captain. You think the killer was chasing Miss Helen through the orchards?
And if sabotaging the orchards weren't enough, you had to make it personal. You really had to bust my Insta coffee maker too? The nerve.
Hold that asinine thought. Who is this armed stranger who just wandered into your office? Back up for a fight you can't finish?
What the hell are you talking about? I think it's mightily more likely that she's under your payroll. Here to burn down what you haven't already.
I see. Just a visitor, then. Congratulations, Hathaway. Not everyone's abandoned your orchards.
Anyway, sorry for the heated reception, stranger. There's just been some trouble here of late. Name's Overseeing Orchardist Hathaway, and I'm in charge of these orchards. Though it seems like certain groups, which will remain unnamed, are trying to change. Looks like I'm stuck playing the part of customer service rep. Guess it's different from the usual, at least. Yeah, just another woe to add to the pile. In the past, the orchards subcontracted security work from Slug. You know, keep them out. But between the Spectrum Brown unveiling demanding all of our resources and, of course, Slug has decided that instead of being reasonable, they're just gonna sabotage our operations until we start paying them again.
Look at the poor Rizzo's manager, lying about Sublight to make himself feel better. Shame he skipped where Rizzo's was short on our payments months before the new unveiling.
Look, at the end of the day, it's obvious that Slug is sabotaging us. I ain't paying until they come clean. Thank the law. You hear that, lapdog? Truth's coming.
While I'm sure you'd love to have a scapegoat on whom you can pin your own incompetence, I suspect you'll be disappointed. But what do I know?
Welcome. Now... I'm so glad you asked. Our orchards are the source of 63% of Rizzo's total produce, which correlates to 112% of fresh goods throughout all of Halcyon. If you want to know more about each part of the orchards, might I recommend one of our fantastic tours? One of our options is even audio guided as a special bonus feature. I never get tired of talking about our tours. In fact, I never get tired at all. Which kind would you... You're in luck. We have one left. Normally there are 100 bits, but seeing how I'm sold out of everything else, I can give it to you. That's great. No, I'm sorry. The only celebrity who shopped recently is Black Hole Birdie. Quite the affable man, as it so happens. And the stories are wrong. He could probably lift 2 benches of tossball players at once, not just one. Laws, not... Ooh, wait a minute. Now that his beau's dead, that means Birdie's single. Maybe I'll strike up a little more than conversation the next time he comes by. Oh my! Birdie, a murderer? Well, everyone has their... No, and the...
Such lovely Well, sweet hello there, valued visitor.
The fuck?
I am sure sorry to break it to you, but our orchards are closed to all officially guided tours at this precise moment in time.
Oh, my dear Law. Sir, I don't mean to be rude, but...
Why, thank you! Rizzo's encourages all workers to put up... Rizzo's does beseech you to please purchase one of our self-guided options. Now with a Puzzle Hedges trademark maze hunt and special edition taste testing for an... An excellent Now, presently, your we call this fecund landscape the... Of course, tours of any... Pollinizing... So you'd... Before... Now... Heavens! And the... Can't speak for... God! Ah, you mean that lovely actor who got herself dead? Damn shame what happened to her. She did come by, but not during any official tour time. I thought she'd hired a private tour at first, but it was Dr. Blossom who was showing her the way to the RR and DD labs. Can't imagine why she'd need to meet with our head researcher on the Spectrum product line outside of her lab hours. Unless... That's right. She was. Maybe it might have been. All I can't say that I have. We use bad batches of liquor for our pesticides. Only. And I haven't seen any bloody. She wasn't, was she? I can't. There's.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
What could
Here
that
they come.
have been?
I just want to be your friend!
Not gonna let. Oh, real funny.
We are
I
just
wanna
that
be
good.
Your friend.
Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This console is 95% non-functional. Remaining 5% functionality stems from display reading console non-functional. Substance contains trace amounts of purple berries, fruit flavors, and artificial sweeteners number 35, number 49, number 240, number 3...
You know you're liable to...
Here we go. Fate shines on us today.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Eyes up!
Analysis. This discarded canister is typical of the R-mounted storage tanks on the Orchard's agricultural mechanicals. However, it is not currently attached to a mechanical. These canisters can typically be found in the nursery storage building in the Purpleberry Orchards, except for this one. Chemical makeup of substance: 50% water, 50%
Here we go!
You guys all right?
You're back, I see. Glad Slug hasn't...
I think it's more of a wonder that nothing in these law-forsaken orchards has...
How's the investigation going? All right. A drink? I ain't ever heard of no saboteur dumping drinks all over equipment to destroy it.
How many times do I have to tell you this, old man? Slug isn't behind your problems. Slug wouldn't...
Ha! Knew Slug was behind it.
Please. We're subtle, but that's too subtle. If we wanted to destroy your saplings, you'd have known them by the blackened remnants of their stem.
I see you left a few of them intact, even. Smashed more than...
Never did like leaving a...
So what were the fine... Of course.
In your delusional fantasy, the Waspito...
That seems like a question. I don't think so.
Stop wasting everyone's time, Hathaway. What you're proposing is infinitely less likely than an idiot maneuver by one of your incompetent workers. I won't hear any further slander. Let's go through this one final time so even you can't confuse it, Hathaway. Slug didn't do a damn thing to your orchards. You're chasing ghosts.
Talk about ghosts all you like, but someone was screwing with my orchards. If it wasn't... You picked a hell of a time to lose your tongue over there, friend. I guess I can't force... Right now, we of the orchards have to settle things with Slug. I reckon that you're about as impartial a third party as we're...
Ah, what the hell. The orchardist seems to get off on complicating what should be a simple deal, but at this point, I just want to be paid and go. The pollen in the air is...
Never liked paying bits if I ain't gotta, but you're right. If we get production finished now, we'll be able to pay later. Thoughts, Slugbo?
I think that's the first interesting suggestion I've...
Let's see.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Stand in awe before our huge Rizzo's Hothouse Conservatory trademark. This building hosts almost as many plant breeds as we have delicious products. Almost. Are you wondering about that omnipresent warm and fragrant mist? That's just our all-natural fertilizing spray, made of pureed Sissy Pig waste products. From nature, back to nature. Our spray is part of the cycle of life. Note, Rizzo's discourages inhalation of its safe and natural liquid fertilizer. In case of remember, you...
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Hey, what are you doing in here? Are you authorized to be in the conservatory? Are you trying to give me a heart attack? Are you my ex-wife? No, she fell off the side of Eridanos under mysterious circumstances 6 years ago, conveniently rendering our marriage contract null. That can't be it. Merciful law, that sounds like a lot of philosophism, which is highly outlawed throughout Halcyon. But I won't report you. Consider bleeding hell. Standing up like this makes a body forget how stiff it gets. Indeed. Tromped in and out of the conservatory with no heed for anyone else. Good thing none of my charges were damaged. Starlet or not, I would have had a harsh... I heard she pushed her way into a tour of the RR&DD labs. Not soon... Well, she's not going anywhere ever again. Which is a... I sit inside, and I look at plant. Example, that. You say, eh? They... Well, yes, if there's an...
Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as... Timeline discrepancy detected. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
Fine hit, Captain! One down!
Let's fill those, right?
Timeline discrepancy detected. Timeline discrepancy. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as
Don't mess with us!
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Congratulations, Inspector. You've discovered more footprints belonging to the deceased actress known as Halcyon Helen.
I'm gonna give her that one. What, two of them? Bits of wicker detected, embedded within the chunks of dark matter. Wicker is not a known ingredient of the dark matter product. The only members of a tossball team strong enough to crack a stick in two are the dedicated hacker. Whatever Ms. Ruth Bellamy must have relayed to the tossball hacker during their picnic together instigated a furious increase in his
Something went wrong here.
Let me see. What? Oh yeah, it's way better.
What kind of insanity is waiting inside the lab for us, I wonder? We've not had the best of luck when exploring laboratories.
I thought there's some call at night.
Hello? I can hear you out there. If you still possess the majority of your mental capacity.
Yet another researcher killed in the line of duty. Who knew research and development was such a dangerous profession?
Let me put these up.
How in the Aether did you get in here? You're not a Rizzo's authorized. Oh, void it all. What does it even matter now? What do you want? You do know that Halcyon Helen is a fictional character portrayed by the late actress Ruth Bellamy, yes? One can't be too sure with so many simpletons around in the day-to-day. Regardless, I am not at liberty to divulge such information with non-employees or personnel lacking security clearance level Spectrum Orange. Of course, if you were to, say, contract your services to me, I suppose I could grant you clearance enough to answer your murder-related questions, Ms. Inspector. You see, I've found myself in a bit of a pickle. Some of my lab techs have turned rather aggressive following a recent experiment gone awry. Hence why I've barricaded myself in the lab.
Oh.
Yes. I suppose I should make myself useful. Let me think. I know. I can remotely unlock the supply closets in the lower levels of the lab. Perhaps you'll find some useful and lose my life's work? Well, we merely...
Clean up? They were
Staff can be replaced, you know. Oh no. We're a So you've no qualms about snooping through my precious... Essentially, the products but... Now. Now...
These people don't deserve to die, Captain. Let's try using the sedative.
The door to the lower labs is sealed for our safety, so you'll need to take the elevator down.
How do I get the sedative?
Oh, good. A fight.
Maybe. Oh no, you're fine.
Yeah.
That's it.
Everyone all right?
It would seem the erratic footsteps of my pacing delirious employees have ceased. So I presume the sedative worked. Please return for consultation at once. And do remember, unauthorized access to confidential Rizzo's information is a capital offense.
They've reproduced all the comforts of home. Only difference being the Byzantium elites aren't the only parasites here.
Get lost. Where'd I get out? Is it?
Just who in the...
Somebody didn't want us talking to Dr. Blossom. You think it was Miss Helen's killer?
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Confirmation of discrepancy confirmed. This person is most definitely
Oh
dead.
shit.
But recently, they were still alive.
Did the device find anything?
The killer might have been in a hurry.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. Timeline discrepancy detected. The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
It's not gonna... Oh, whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... Phew. This is Dr. Blossom. Iridanium gigaseous slug research...
What kind of monster kills all these people over a data cartridge?
Whoops. There it is. Okay. This is... Phew. This is Dr. Blossom. Iridanium gigaseous slug research report 1. Subject: a bunch of slugs. Ugh. These things may well be Rizzo's ticket to the top of the board.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Would if he ever stopped wearing that damn toupee. Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy underside.
Body heat readings indicate that the culprit was just here, mere moments earlier in the timeline.
See that red wire? Whoever cut that wire was trying to disrupt the circuit. They could have sealed the lab doors temporarily. Looks like a standard ventilation shaft to me. Wouldn't have been comfortable.
Initially found these little bastards suckling on the hairy undersides of a teacup canid. Much like my brother, who works for the Wilderness Exploitation Reserve. The backstabber. Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid.
Vodka.
Suffice it to say that these things are parasites. The canid didn't seem to mind, but it's almost as stupid as my research staff. Good stuff. Oh, whoops. Got some spectrum on the dissection subject. That's fine. Yeah, I think I see a couple sacs in the worm. Might secrete enzymes or poison or something. We'll figure it out later. Starting to see doubles, so I'm going to switch to working on the Gatling. Almost got the spectrum lock done.
Where's that fucking thing at? Shit. Get off. I'm lost.
The organic matter that comprises this lab worker died at a similar time and of similar circumstance as the other corpses already scanned.
Right, I think I'm calling night. It's getting late.
Attention all personnel. Unscheduled pollinization cycle is about to commence. Please evacuate the orchards at this time. Releasing the wasquitos for pollinization. Cycle is now in progress.
What is that sound? And why am I sure?
Wasquitos. Even their hives look menacing.
I just wanted to make you smile.
No active wasquitos detected outside of the hive. The pollinization cycle is concluded. Unsealing all orchards' gates. Surviving workers may now return to your stations.
Okay, just a wild stab in the dark. But I'm guessing somebody doesn't want us finding out what happened to Ms. Helen.
Tool is comprised.
What did you find, Cap? You think it could be
It seems.
Call on it.